You know what's funny? Most people don't actually have a money problem. They have a thinking problem, disguised as a money problem. And the crazy part is, you can work harder, try more things, even pray more, but if your brain is wired the wrong way around money, you'll still feel broke. Not just financially, but mentally. Because money isn't just numbers, it's emotion, it's identity, it's habits you didn't even realize you picked up. Let me explain it in a way that'll actually make sense. Have you ever noticed how two people can earn the same amount of money but live completely different lives? One person is calm. They always seem okay. They're not rich, but they're stable. The other person? Always stressed, always broke, always trying to figure things out. Same money, different mind. That's when you realize money is not really about how much you make. It's about how your brain handles what you make. Let me explain something to you in a very simple way, because this is where a lot of people get it wrong. Your brain is not trying to make you rich. Like, that's not its goal. Your brain is just trying to keep you safe. And once you really understand that, everything starts to make sense. Because safe and rich are not the same thing at all. Safe is what you already know. Safe is routine. Safe is staying in your comfort zone. But making money? That usually requires you to do things that feel uncomfortable, things that might not work, things where people can judge you, things where you're not even sure what you're doing yet. And your brain doesn't like that at all. So what does it do? It quietly pulls you back into what feels normal, even if that normal is struggling. That's why you can genuinely say, I want to make money, like you mean it, but then your actions don't match. You find yourself scrolling, overthinking, starting something, then stopping, waiting for the right time that never really comes. And it's easy to call yourself lazy in that moment. But honestly, you're not lazy. Your brain is just trying to protect you from discomfort. That's it. And this is where it gets a bit uncomfortable to admit. Sometimes being broke can actually feel familiar. And anything that feels familiar, your brain reads it as safe. So if you grew up around struggle, or you always heard things like, money is hard, we can't afford that, or even rich people are somehow bad, your brain doesn't hear that as just words. It stores it. Like, this is how life works. So now, even if you want more for yourself, there's a small part of you that feels like, this isn't really who we are. And that's why it becomes frustrating, because you want more.
But your behavior still looks like someone who doesn't expect more. You hesitate, you undercharge, you doubt yourself, you avoid certain opportunities. Not because you're not capable, but because your identity hasn't caught up yet. And this is the part nobody really explains properly. Making money is not just about learning skills, it's about becoming a different version of yourself. Because the version of you that struggles financially and the version of you that makes money consistently, they don't think the same way at all. One is constantly thinking, what if this doesn't work? The other one is like, even if it doesn't, I'll figure it out. See the difference? It's not even about confidence, it's about how they respond to uncertainty. One freezes, the other moves. And you can't keep your old mindset and expect a new financial life. It doesn't work like that. You know all those easy ways to make money you see online? Make money in 24 hours, no skills needed, earn while you sleep. Something about it always catches your attention, even if you don't fully believe it. And you might think, why am I even interested in this? It's not because you're naive, it's because your brain loves shortcuts. Shortcuts feel safe, less effort, less risk, less chance of failing. But the problem is, real money doesn't come from avoiding effort. It comes from putting your effort in the right direction. And that's where most people get stuck. It's not that they don't want to work, they're just scared of working hard on something that might not work. So instead, they stay in this loop, watching videos, researching, planning, waiting. And it feels like you're doing something, but deep down, you know you're avoiding actually starting. Then you start telling yourself things like, I just need to learn a bit more first. I'll start next week. I want to do it properly. And it sounds responsible, but most of the time, that's fear. Because the moment you start, it becomes real. You can fail. You can look silly. You can realize you're not as good as you thought yet. And your brain would rather protect your ego than grow your income, so it delays. Now here's the real game when it comes to money. It's not about being the smartest person. It's not about talent. It's not even about luck. It's about being able to keep showing up even when it feels uncomfortable. That's literally it. The people who make money consistently are not special. They've just trained themselves to act even when they're unsure. And that's not a financial skill. That's psychological. Because you've probably heard this before. Work hard and you'll make money. But that's not fully true. You can work very hard on the wrong things and still stay broke. The real difference is this. You have to get comfortable doing things that feel uncomfortable, but in the right direction. Like showing up before you feel ready, trying things without full clarity, repeating something even when it's not paying off yet. That's the part nobody likes, but that's where the results come from. At the end of the day, the real battle isn't you versus money. It's you versus your own brain. Your present self wants comfort, ease, certainty. But your future self? That version of you requires discipline, patience, a bit of risk. And every single day, you're choosing between those two. Not in big dramatic moments, but in small, quiet decisions. Do you scroll or do you create? Do you wait or do you start? Do you overthink or do you act? Those small choices, they add up. They literally shape your financial life. And let me be honest with you, you don't need more ideas. You don't need 10 courses. You don't need perfect conditions. What you actually need is to stop choosing comfort every single time. Because every time you do that, you're reinforcing the version of you that stays stuck. And the longer you stay there, the more normal it starts to feel. That's how people look up one day and realize years have passed and they're still in the same place, still saying, "I'm trying." The real shift happens when you understand this one thing. Making money is not a one-time event. It's a pattern. It's becoming someone who can do it again and again and again. Because making money once, that can be luck. But being able to repeat it, that's identity. And identity. Thank you for watching. Kindly subscribe for more interesting videos.